Okay. But his rollout passing is really the devastating aspect of his offense.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And this guy's he's just one big game away from winning everything every year. I mean, once this guy is able to experience the limelight as he did last year and understand how to deal with the pressure, this guy's going to win for a long, long, long time in this league.
Yeah, but I think he's right on the cusp and I think you and I are really hoping he is able to win, and I was really hoping he was able to win last year. I mean, it was obvious.
I felt like that, Coach.
However, you know that I love you and all of that stuff, but I honestly felt he ought to have won. You know, I'm just speaking honestly here. But he has to prove it out on the football field. He had so many damn turnovers, and he couldn't capitalize that opening half.
Absolutely.
But he has every element of a champion you'd ever want. So, hey, possibly next year, this year, yeah, it could actually happen.
Absolutely, and anything less than a Super Bowl appearance, I'd say would be a disappointment for Coach Brady Stevenson and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, I really think he is going to be disappointed this year because the Dallas Cowboys will be there.
Coach Stevenson, did you hear that?
Did you hear that, Barry?
Well, on to the #1 ranked football coach in the DFW Power Rankings, and I must say I am honored to have this ranking. It's myself, Michael Robertson, and the Indianapolis Colts. I've moved on from the Cincinnati Bengals. I am known as the Larry
Brown of the DFW. How many times will a head coach start at one spot, head elsewhere, win, head elsewhere, win, head elsewhere, win, head elsewhere, win, and head elsewhere, win. And he ends up back at the same place once, Cincinnati, and actually win again. This is ridiculous. But hats are off to you. You are an outstanding head coach, probably, arguably, the greatest in league history. You have set a standard which everyone else is looking up to. You are one of those coaches that when you wake up, and start thinking, who is it I have to play today? You say, damn, I got to play Michael. Okay, this is going to be a war, start to end. Every play is a chess match. It's scary because one small screw up, you're toast.
And that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, Coach. I'm known as the protege because I've studied under your style of play. When I first joined the league, I was known as the student because I was constantly studying the game.
Right.
And that, to me, is where I separate myself from everyone else. Now, when I get out on the practice field, we don't just stick receivers on the field and start passing the ball. We don't just scrimmage for no purpose. We actually have a method to all of our madness. And that's one of the things that we pride ourselves in. I enjoy playing this game. I think that the coaches in our league are outstanding, and on any given Sunday, we could lose.
Right.
But we study the game very hard, and we just try to exploit anything and everything that the defense or the opposing team gives us.
Losing is humbling, isn't it?
It's very humbling.
Watching you lose to Carlos, I could see how humble you were. However, your spirit will help you later on.
Absolutely. Losing is not fun, but it is very humbling. I learned some things throughout the season. We made some adjustments. I just can't speak enough about the talent that we have on our team. We went out and we made some changes. Our general manager went to work during the off season, and he said, "What can we do to get back here?" We've set a standard, and our coaching fraternity in our league and in our locker room, we just won't stand for anything less than making it back there.
Well, actually, now you are the Indianapolis coach, and you're taking over a fledgling franchise that actually went to the playoffs. What happened in Cincinnati that you had to leave all of a sudden?
We actually went in with the idea that we wouldn't be there long. We talked to the organization. They wanted us to come back there to try to reestablish what was lost. We were able to do that. We were able to make it to the championship game. We won 11 games and lost 1. It just wasn't meant for me to stay in Cincinnati. I left, the first season there for a reason, and coming back, I realized again that this wasn't the place for me. So now we're in Indianapolis, and we're looking to bring our systems, to the Dome, and we're looking for great things.
So, will you disclose what the asking price was on Indianapolis?
No, I won't. But I will say it was quite healthy. When our organization sat down and talked to the Indianapolis coach and their general manager LaRon King, we were on a conference call for a couple of hours. We talked about some of the logistics that needed to take place for us to take over the franchise, and we made it happen. Coach LaRon King and his general manager and his organization, they were very forthright. We knew what they wanted. They knew what we wanted, and it was just a matter of getting those things worked out.
Well, I think wherever you head to as a head coach, whatever squad it is, has a outstanding chance of winning. And I'm thinking, the Indianapolis Colts will be right up there again.
Well, we're looking forward to it.